I am leaving Mount Shasta for good. Um, House sold. I am packing. This is the last video I believe I'm doing from here, and I'm doing it my old background, my old backdrop. So something came to me. My journey, I keep saying, started the fall of 2016. It did the spiritual concept. I didn't have that before then. I'm going to be so emotional. I didn't make the connection that all of this weird stuff that happened to me all of my life was because of this thing I hadn't heard about spirituality. And that's just realizing that you are not your body, you're your soul. Period. It has nothing to do with crystals, Mount Shasta, anything. It's just releasing the story about the body. So back in a lot longer, I went on this Hay House cruise. My poor ex. It's like watching this woman who was non-stop searching. It boggled my mind that you guys weren't searching like I was. I mean, I had to just draw this chart. This represents like me. It's like I have always, even when I was an abuse victim, I've always just been like going for the next thing that feels better. It's like something's got to feel better than this. I was tortured. I was violated. I was abused. My mom moved us 26 times and married 5 men by the time I was in 6th grade. That was July 4th when she married him. But on May 21st, she shot the previous guy, paralyzing him from the waist down, never divorcing him. My childhood was tragedy because I needed to get here. If my life was vanilla, guys, I'd be like kind of settling like you have. I can't settle. I've never been able to settle. I've been searching and searching. So I knew I had to go to this. What this was, it was you could pause and look if you'd like, the Speak, Write, Promote tour with Cheryl Richardson and Reed Tracy from Hay House. Hay House was pivotal in my journey. Louise Hay, The Language of Letting Go, because I had to learn to let go early on. So I had to go on this cruise, and I did. But I didn't know anything about spirituality at the time, but I was called to go, and I got my own room, and I got upgraded to an outdoor cabin. It was magical, and that was where I met people that knew who Brian Weiss was. I didn't know. I didn't go to his seminars or workshops. There were 73 of us in the Hay House seminar during that week, and they said something. They wanted us to come up with what would be your quick elevator speech. You meet somebody in the elevator and you have to shake your hand and say who you are. I was searching and I didn't know what for. I've never known. Of course, until now. But I had to go through absolute hell to get here. But I'm done with the hell. The bridge is done. There's been a few things I've dictated, but I haven't gone back to it because it's done. That chapter's closed. My house is sold. I'm doing the documentary here the day after tomorrow. And that's where it's going to start coming out, because you would never believe what's happened to me here. The trust falls I had to take with God. What would my elevator speech be now if I ran into somebody in public? Because now I am officially out as what I am. Hi. I'm Cari Palmer. Many years ago, I found the path to spirituality. I got on it and I went all the way. And I've written books about it. And I died in the process. I had to have trust falls with God you could not imagine. But every single one, it was like, oh my God, I cannot believe this happened. You can't believe it because you have settled in a world that you don't know what's going on, and you have partners and people that you are disgusted by. But you've settled because that's what we've been doing for centuries. And so thank God there's so many like me who know you don't get married, you don't have kids, they never belong to you. But those of you who think they do, and you are running those kids like they are part of you, oh my God, I pity you. It's like you have absolutely no idea who you are. You have no concept of your capabilities because you stepped into this role where you thought the role was everything. And then somebody dies. Everybody's world is shattered. If every single one of you stepped out of the story you're in and said, okay, let's just pretend that Cari's right. Let's close our eyes and leave for 2 weeks and not speak to anybody. Let's look at the ocean. Let's let a thought come in, a thought that isn't ours. By shutting down everything, it ain't going to be about your family. It's going to be about who you are. One step. I shut up and I listened, and one step said, do this. The first step ever was October of 2016 when I was standing on 23rd Street and I surrendered and I said, I let you take over. And instantaneously it said, go that way. Once that happened, that was 9 years ago. You can't look back. When I, the body with all these ideas, it was always sick, made moves, not good. But when I surrendered and instantly I was told, go that way, I surrendered forever. And I found the end of this journey. And that's where I am. There is an end, and you do want to be here. The stories you are stuck in are painful and hideous, and people want to die because of their stories. It's easier to die than to tell the truth. And so my documentary is going to come out. I'm going to be moving to, I don't know where, because I don't plan. You guys do. You have a partner. You have other people. You have to take surveys and compromise. I surrender and say, where am I going? And now I went to a town and I don't know if I like it there, but I think I'm just in such a transition that it's going to be my starting point, because every minute of every day is where I start. And you guys are looking for the ending. Why would you do that? Why would you ever do that?